Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on July 8th, 2017. I have 7 strategies to my game Decoding the Powerball. So strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, what you're looking at is what I call the game card. This represents all 69 white balls of the Powerball lottery. Okay, I don't have anything for the Powerball itself. This is all geared for the 5 white numbers. Okay, so for the color code, there's been 144 drawings. 79 have been 3 colors. 56 have been 4 colors. I'm going to predict that this is going to be 3 colors coming up. Okay, and so that means that 2 colors won't be coming up. So I'm going to try to guess which one won't be coming up. And for this drawing, I'm going to guess that the red numbers won't be coming up. And the reason why is because red had a really long run down here. Okay, you can see it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row. And then it had 1 here, 2 here, and now it just had 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. So I just don't think any red numbers are going to come up in this drawing. So I'm going to eliminate all the red numbers off of the game card. So it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 2, the individual numbers. Okay, so here in the individual numbers, how this works, all the master numbers are up top here. Okay, and over here to the far right are the numbers that just barely came up in the drawing. Okay, so you can see that I have a 4 here. Okay, so this hit 4 different groups. So I'll reduce this down a little bit so you can see the whole game card here. The whole individual card. Okay, so you can see that there's 7 groups here. Okay, and this last drawing only 4 groups came up. Okay, and I think 4 groups will come up again. Okay, so there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers and there's 7 groups, so 2 of these groups won't be able to come up. So the strategy is to guess which group won't be coming up and eliminate it off of the game card. So for this drawing, I think the 40 numbers won't be coming up. So I'm going to eliminate the 40 numbers off of the game card. Okay, so here's the game card, and again, I'm going to eliminate the 40 numbers off of the game card here. Okay, so there they go. So this is what the game card looks like so far, and now it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3, the 50-50 picks. Okay, so here in the 50-50 picks, how things work is, again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so there's going to be a majority of something, okay? There's either going to be a majority of odd numbers or even numbers. Okay, so how this works is I keep a history of every 5 drawings that come up. Okay, so I'm here at the 3rd one here, so I'm waiting for number 4 to come up. And as I look through the past here, I can see a couple of odds, a bunch of evens, odds, even. So I think that this one's going to be odd. Okay, so I think that that there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers here. Okay, so on to the next one. I think that there's going to be more high numbers, more numbers here in the red than the blue. And over here, left and right, I think there's the majority will be over here to the left side than the blue side, the right side. Okay, and over here, the last one, I think there's going to be a majority of numbers in the blue section than the red section. Okay, so I'm at the game card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my prediction here. Okay, so again, I think there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. I think there's going to be more numbers to the high side than the low side. I think there's going to be more numbers to the left side than the right side. And I think there's going to be more numbers to the blue area than the red area. Okay, so off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 1. Okay, so here in group 1, basically what I did is I divided the numbers into 4 separate groups, and I added colors to them. Okay, and I keep stats on things. So right here in the red, you can see that there's a 2. Okay, that means 2 of the 5 white winning Powerball numbers landed in this red area. Okay, so you can see that each one of the areas had a hit, so I call that a row when all 4 are all red like this, when they all have hits. Okay, so over here on number 2, you can see that there was 2 rows in a row here. Okay, so usually after 2 rows, there's a miss somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict that it's going to be this red area. Okay, so I know the orange has more of a streak going on, but this red had a 20 20 hits in a row here. So I just think that this 13 is going to miss. I think it's going to be the red that misses. So I'm going to eliminate these red numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I'll go to the game card. And again, I'll eliminate these numbers. Okay, and those two need to be eliminated as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 1 here. Okay, because I think there's going to be another miss. Okay, so the second one I'm going with is option card number 7, the green section. Okay, the green numbers. And the reason why is because it just had a really long run here of 22. And now we're up to 9, so I just think that it's not going to hit 10 here. So I'm going to eliminate the green numbers off of the game card. So it starts out with the 4 corners. And the 8 shares the square with the 66. Okay, so don't get too confused about the 8 and the 66 here. Basically, all I'm doing is keeping track of groups of numbers and whether I think they're going to come up or not. Okay, so the second one was this middle section here. So I'll eliminate those. And then it was the 35. And then over here, okay. So I got all those numbers eliminated. Okay, so I'll go back and I'll take a look. Okay, so it was the 4 corners, then the middle, then the 34, 35, and then the 45, 48. Okay, so now it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 5, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so here in group 2, basically what I did is I divided all the numbers into 8 different groups. Okay, so how this works is I'm going to point out this red area. Okay, so I have the stats down here for the red area. You can see that this is a 0. That means none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this red area. And of course the 2 means that 2 of the winning Powerballs landed in this red area. Okay, so what I do is I have a blue marker here, right here, meaning that I don't think that this red area will be coming up in the drawing. Okay, any of these numbers will be coming up. So I'm going to eliminate these numbers off of the game card. Okay, so it's the 12, the 20, the 28, and the 61. I don't think they're coming up, so I might as well get rid of them. Okay, and I'll see what else I got. Okay, so next is number 7, yellow. Okay, so I think there's going to be a 0 here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all these yellow numbers off of the game card. So it's the 17, 26, 67. Okay, so it's the 21, the 30, and the 23 I get rid of. Okay, so I'll go back to group 2. And there's one more. Right here, number 11, orange. Okay, so you can see that it's just been really hot for a long time. So I think that this is going to be blue. So how this works is that if there's 3 or more zeros, I color it blue for cold. If there's 3 or more hits, I color it red for hot. So you can see all this hot here. Okay, so I just think that this is going to have 2 blue marks in a row. In order for that to happen, I got to have a 0 here and here. Okay, 1, 2. So I'm going to get rid of these numbers here, the 66, the 67, the 33, and the 54. Okay, so I'll get rid of those 2. And that's all the numbers I'm going to get rid of. So it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 6, picking the numbers I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm back in group 1. Okay, so you can see all these misses here in the red area here. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a hit. Okay, possibly even 2. So I'm going to write down what's left of these red numbers on the game card. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 11, 12, 17, 18. Okay, so 1, 2, 11, 12, 17, 18, 27, 28, 33, 34, 43, 44, 49, 50, and 60 is the only one left. Okay, so I think that 60 is going to come up in this drawing. Okay, so the next one is option card number 8, the blue area. Usually after two misses like this, there's usually a hit. Okay, it's like, I don't know, 85% of the time, 90% of the time that happens. Sometimes it goes 3, but it's very rare. Okay, so I'm going to write down what's left for the blue numbers and for the red numbers here. Okay, so out of those two option cards, for the blue area, I got 13, 22, 31, 36, 55, and 64. And for that red area, I got 14, 22, 38, 52, and 63. So now it's off to group 2. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the group 2 overview. Okay, so I got 15 option cards. All right, so I like to see things as a whole. Okay, so over here you can see this red area had 10 hits, 5 misses, so the total equals 15. Okay, so I'm going to predict that this orange area will have a lot of hits to it, at least 8 of them. Okay, so I'm going to write down all 15 option cards in the orange area on the game card, and then I'm going to decide what numbers I'm going to pick. Okay, so to give you an example of things here, here's the orange numbers here. So I'm going to see what's on the game card and write what's left. Okay, so I got the 3 and the 51. Okay, so now I go back to group 2 and I go on to the next option card and I look at the orange areas, and it's 17 across to the 24. So I'll see what I have here. It's the 22 and the 24. Okay, so I'll go back to number 3 here, and it's the 2 and the 39. So I'll see what's left. Okay, so I got the 39, the 55, and the 63. Okay, so I think you get the gist of things here. So I'm going to do the rest on my own just to save time on the videotape, and I'll show you the results. Okay, so I got everything done here. Here's the 15 option cards, all right, for the orange areas. Okay, so you can see a couple of zeros here. That means there are no numbers left on the game card. All right, so I'm off to the next strategy. Strategy number 7, picking my numbers. Okay, so I picked my numbers. I had to switch a couple of things up. The numbers I'm going with is 7, 51, 52, 63, and 64. Okay, so that will give me more odd numbers than even, more to the high side than the low side. I had to switch things up. There's going to be more to the right side than the left, and that will give me more to the blue area than the red area. I thought that 60 was going to come up, so I changed my mind on that. Okay, so here's the 15 option cards for the orange area, and if I pick these numbers, it will give me 8 hits, 7 misses. So if I go to the group 2 overview here, you can see that it will give me that 8 hits, 7 misses that I'm looking for. Okay, so this will be red up here. Okay, so again, I'll go back to my picks, and I'm going with 7, 51, 52, 63, and 64. Okay, let's see here. Okay, folks, I'm always looking for people to play my game / system here. So instead of charging a fee to play, I like to charge a commission for using my system. 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You can read the fine print, and if you're interested, email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching, and best of luck with your picks.